Today, we're diving into a topic that is near and dear to my heart: how authors can move beyond just selling books to build a truly profitable business. Did you know that the average self published book sells just 250 copies? And a shocking 90% sell fewer than 100 copies total. Yet there are authors out there that are building 6 and 7 figure businesses with their books. The difference isn't luck or even writing talent, it's strategy. Now, if you are an author or an aspiring author who wants more than just modest royalty deposits, this episode is for you. And stick around until the end because I have a special invitation that could transform how you think about your book's potential. Welcome to The Seasoned Entrepreneur, the podcast dedicated to helping entrepreneurs over 50 build and scale their businesses with confidence in today's digital world. I'm your host, Vanessa Collins, and if you're ready to turn your experience and passion into profit, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into strategies, insights, and expert interviews focused on digital marketing, messaging, and automation. Because building a business over 50 isn't just about making money. It's about impact, legacy, and proving it's never too late to thrive. Let's get started. Now let's get real about book income for a moment. And I call this the royalty reality. Now, if you're lucky enough to make $10 in royalties per book, and that's quite generous, you'll need to sell 5,000 books to make $50,000. That's about 96 books every single week of the year. Now, for most authors, even talented ones with great content, that's an uphill battle. And if we're honest, most traditionally published authors make far less than $10 per book. Now, this isn't meant to discourage you. I'm actually sharing this because I want you to think differently about your book's purpose in your overall business strategy. What if your book could be the beginning of a journey with your reader rather than the end product? Now, the authors who truly succeed financially aren't the ones who sell the most books. They're the ones who figured out how to leverage their books to create multiple streams of income. Now, in my years of working with authors, I've identified 3 major challenges that prevent most from building profitable businesses. First, there's the royalty reality we just discussed. The math simply doesn't add up to a sustainable living through book sales alone for most authors. As we would say, the math isn't mathing. Second is what I call the visibility trap. Now, with over 2 million books published each year, standing out through book sales alone is nearly impossible. No matter how good your marketing is, you're competing in an ocean of content. And then third is the pricing ceiling. There's only so much you can charge for a book. Even the best books in the world rarely sell for more than $30. So this puts a hard cap on your potential income if you're only selling books. Now, does any of this sound familiar? If you're nodding your head right now, you're not alone. These are universal challenges that nearly every author faces. But here's where we want to shift our thinking. What if your book wasn't your final product, but actually your most powerful marketing tool? Now, when I published my first book, I was so focused on sales numbers. I checked my dashboard daily, celebrated every review, and kept pushing marketing. But despite decent sales, the income wasn't life changing. The breakthrough came when I realized my book was creating something far more valuable than royalties. It was creating credibility, authority, and most importantly, relationships with readers who wanted more from me. Now, these readers didn't just want information, they wanted transformation. They wanted guidance, community, and a deeper learning experience that a book alone couldn't provide. That reality changed everything about how I approached my author business. I started seeing my book as the beginning of a relationship with my reader, not the end goal. Now, most successful authors today understand this principle. They view their books as the gateway to a relationship with their audience, a business card that opens doors to speaking engagements, coaching opportunities, courses, and other higher ticket offerings. I heard Jack Canfield once say, the book is the brochure that people buy to see if they want to work with you. Now, how do you know if you are ready to think about beyond book sales? So, here's some signs. You're frustrated with low book sales despite having valuable content that genuinely helps people. You find yourself spending more on marketing than you're making in book royalties. Readers are reaching out, asking for help, resources, or guidance beyond what's in your book. You feel you're leaving money on the table and not fully monetizing your expertise. Or you want to make a bigger impact and help transform more lives with your message. If any of these resonate with you, it's time to consider how your book fits into a larger business ecosystem rather than standing alone. Now, let me share my own journey with you. Back in 2017, I found myself facing a common problem among authors. I had several books published, but the financial returns from the books were disappointing. Now, like most authors, I had fallen into the trap of thinking that book sales were the only way to generate income from my writing. At this point in my career, I had generated some income from other products and services based on a few of my earlier books, but I hadn't really taken that strategy to heart. I hadn't really planned on doing that. But then I realized I had been approaching this all wrong. The real value of my book wasn't in the royalties it could generate. It was in the organized intellectual property it contained. So my epiphany was this. My book wasn't just a product to sell. It was a roadmap for creating multiple streams of income. Each chapter of my book represented a workshop I could teach. Each section could become a module in an online course. The entire framework could become a coaching program or a membership site. So, with this new perspective, I wrote Digital Mastery for Women, the first 5 digital marketing components you need to master in your business. But this time, writing the book wasn't just the beginning. As soon as it was published, I began creating a suite of products and services based on the content. Now, a few months earlier, I had already started a membership program. But once I wrote the book, I created other workshops and online courses based on that content. The results were staggering. In the first year alone, that book generated over $18,000 in revenue, not from book sales, but from the membership program and other programs I created based on the book's content. Now, in the years since, that single book has been responsible for generating nearly $80,000 in revenue, all because I changed my perspective on what a book could be. Now, if you are ready to transform your author journey by simply selling books to building a profitable business around your expertise, I have something special for you. I'm hosting a free training called the Monetized Author Framework: How to Leverage Your Book to Build a Profitable Business. Now, in this training, I will share the exact 5 pillar framework I've used to generate over $400,000 from my books, not through book sales alone, but through a strategic ecosystem of offers. Now, in this training, you will learn the 3 critical mindset shifts that separate struggling authors from those building 6 figure businesses, the 5 most profitable monetization paths for authors, and how to choose the right one for your book and audience. We're also going to cover how to position yourself as an expert, not just another author, so you can charge premium prices for your knowledge. I'm going to go over the exact framework I've used to generate over $400,000 from online courses, coaching programs, and membership programs based on my books. And then we are going to talk about the simple first steps to start monetizing your existing books or the ones you're writing within weeks, not years. Now, this training is perfect for those nonfiction authors out there looking to generate more income from their existing content. It even can work for fiction authors interested in monetizing their craft knowledge and creative process. Now, self published authors who want more control over their financial future, this is an excellent training for you as well. And even traditionally published authors who may be frustrated with those small royalty checks, you're going to learn how you can take that book and create other products and services. Now, if you haven't written your book yet, you are not left out. So, you soon to be published authors who want to position your book as part of a larger business, you need to attend this training as well. And even subject matter experts who want to use their book to establish their authority. You are going to find so much value in this training. Your knowledge deserves to be monetized properly, and it's easier than you think. Now, this live training is happening on Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025, at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, to register, just go to DMA Webinars, that stands for Digital Master Academy, DMA webinars.com, or check the show notes for the link. Now, if you're listening to this episode after the date, check the show notes for the replay link. I truly believe that as an author, you deserve to be well compensated for your knowledge and expertise. Your book is just the beginning of what you can offer the world, and I'd love to show you how to unlock its full potential. I hope this episode has given you a new perspective on what's possible for you as an author. Remember, your book isn't just a product, is the foundation of a potentially life-changing business. Now, if this episode resonated with you, please share it with an author friend who might benefit from this message. And don't forget to register for my upcoming training, the Monetized Author Framework, where I will go deeper into these strategies. For show notes and links mentioned in today's episode, make sure you head over to theseasonedentrepreneur.com/13. Again, that is theseasonedentrepreneur.com/13. That's it for today's episode of The Seasoned Entrepreneur. I hope you found value in our conversation and are feeling inspired to take action in your business journey. Remember, it's never too late to master digital marketing, refining your message, or implement automation that saves you time and boosts your bottom line. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would love for you to do a couple of things. First, subscribe to the podcast so you'll never miss an episode. And if you really found this helpful, please leave a review. Your feedback helps other entrepreneurs over 50 discover the show, and it means the world to me. Also, don't forget to share this episode with someone you know who's on their entrepreneurial journey. We're building a community of seasoned entrepreneurs, and together we're proving that age is just experience, and experience is powerful. For show notes and links mentioned in today's episode, head over to theseasonedentrepreneur.com. You can also connect with me on Instagram at VanCollins1. That's the number 1 to continue the conversation. Thanks again for tuning in. Keep pushing forward, keep building, and remember, your best season of entrepreneurship is just starting. I'll see you next time on The Seasoned Entrepreneur.